Welcome in again, it's Appalachian Faction. I'm your host, Steven, and today we're continuing our Naked Brutality RimWorld run-through. However, we're not really naked anymore, and we do have some help along the way. So we're making progress functionally, is kind of what I'm getting at. And so if you've been here for any of it, thank you. If you're here now, also thank you. If you'd like to follow us, it's the free way to help us out and justify our existence. And also, if you'd like to go and check out these VODs on our library, we have them over on YouTube now, and you can look at the YouTube link in the chat, as well as some of our edited stuff and the stuff that we'll be making in the future. You'll be there ready to see it when it comes out. So you can do that. You can also join our Discord, which is now public. All those links are in the chat. And if you are in West Virginia or the surrounding states, there's still time to come and see Macbeth by William Shakespeare, done by the Rustic Mechanicals, featuring yours truly. And I will also be doing some acoustic music as well as the rest of the band. And we will be able to come and talk to you after the show if you'd like. You can come and talk to us before the show, but I can't guarantee that people are going to be out on the stage. I can only guarantee it afterwards. However, if you'd like to come and talk to us, you can absolutely do that. And you can come and see the show, which I think is pretty good. So come and see the what is it? The Rustic Mechanicals. Well, maybe I will figure out what. I think it's just you'll see this. I believe it's a water stain. It'll dry as we go, and you can watch it all here. So thank you for being here. Thank you for being here, Faction. And yes, if you didn't know, I can see myself right here. And I know I should be looking at you. I always hate when people like can't like have an image of themselves and stop looking at it. Like especially like when it's like right here, because then like I'm watching their video and like I'm asking, you know, like I'm like, yeah, right. And then I'm thinking like, who are you looking at? And so like I have to, you know, remain broadcast disciplined and remember that I am talking to an audience member and not myself. So, Faction, thank you for being here. We will get straight into the game. I got it pulled up already because I'm starting to become a professional. I'm starting to get pretty professional about this. I've been doing it pretty steady now for a while. I don't even know how long. Y'all tell me. Speaking of, I gotta go turn my air conditioner. Still not entirely professional. Yes, more professional than before. Not as professional as we need to be. So, let me move on. I would like to right there, just so I can see my not myself, but my voice, just so I can make sure the voice is coming loud and clear. So make this adjustment so you can hear the music loud and clear. I had it too low last time. Last that now. Watching the VOD. Watching it back. Because, you know, I just do that for fun. I just play video games and listen to myself talk. That is what was happening, but I wasn't doing it for fun. I was definitely doing it to try to, while I was editing it, I was putting the video on YouTube. Who are you? Oh, right. I am hosting a noble. Okay, well. Anyway, it's fine. Lovisa is going to hang out for... Well, actually, I'd kind of like to know how long. How long? Oh, I guess it is this one. Okay. 19 days. Arrived with the visa arrived. West. Who needs medical treatment? Well, yeah, Daniil's was my other medic, right? Or we can do it. Advent of Immaculacy? What is this? Hmm? Oh. Eritarites. Eritarites. Are we Eritarites? No, we're open way. Wow. Is sect. Himian? What? Who's Eritarite then? Here we go. Perfect sect. So which one of these? Who's perfect sect? Because we're pretty multicultural over here. Zoya. Zoya can celebrate that particular. What are we calling it? Holiday? What are they called again? What are those things that humans do to celebrate stuff? I can't. What's the word? Human? All right, Steven, try to be a little more relatable. Doing a bad job right now. Okay, Lovisa, well, you can get Daniil's old bed. We need to make some more progress here. We're really bare bones. Really bare bones. I feel like this is not important, Aoi. Can you go and, like, fish or something? Okay, well, she wants to go relax socially, which I guess I'll let her do. She probably needs it. I mean, she's 30%. So anyway, point is. We need to make some progress, and I don't think that we can do it very quickly because we keep running up against psychological issues, and like personally I get it, but like for real, we're gonna get nowhere if my like, hey guys, we're gonna get nowhere if y'all keep freaking out. So like, can you like hold your stuff together just long enough for us to get comfortable, and then you might feel better. Promise you, you're gonna feel better once we get some like actual comfort in this joint. But we do kind of keep getting attacked, and that's not helpful. And we're running through the wood that we collect. I guess, you know, we're preparing for the winter. We're well into the winter. Probably change that. Let's see, what should we call it? Survive the winter? Well, they haven't survived yet. Push through. Here we go. That's fine. There we go. At least it's more accurate. We'll affect that on the YouTube YouTube video. I'll affect it on the VOD that stays on on the Twitch channel later after I finish, which will be I'll go for about an hour and a half. For about an hour and a half, and anybody who's watching the VOD right now will be like, he didn't go for an hour. That liar. Like, they're gonna say, he went for an hour and 47 minutes. Look, it says it right here. 1:47:23 or something like that. Or like, oh my gosh, he only went for like 42 minutes. I'm stuck in the 40s. I don't know why. Stuck in the 40s. Okay. Okay, so people are, well, Awi is idle. We have very little medicine, so I'm gonna send them out to harvest as much as we can right now. May be useful to just harvest it, even if it's not. Even if it's not fully grown, just because it's gonna take a while for it to grow. Currently freezing. Not really getting any warmer. Who's my cook? Zoya. Who's relaxing socially. We need you cooking, Zoya. We need you cooking over here. Need some food. Oh man, why did they leave this fish out there? That's annoying. Are we? Yes, please. Thank you. That's what I was going to ask you to do. I don't like how close that cougar's getting to us. Makes me think that we're going to be in danger soon. We don't really have the weapons to take it out. Oh gosh. So yeah, please. Again, this is like... Can you just haul all the fish, please? No. All the... Eat. Okay. Relax. And... someone should probably pick up that gun. Oh wait, go pick up that gun. Might be a good idea to have it if we need to start shooting at that stinking cougar that I guarantee is going to become a problem. Guarantee you, fat. A cougar. Become a problem. And it does. I'm going to cry because somebody's going to get killed. Cry. Why nobody's built that? Yeah, that's it. The fact that no one can build it? Oh, golly. Look at us, faction. We've got nobody that can build these traps anymore because Daniels is dead. Well, so much for our effective kill box. Isn't really all that effective. Begin with, and now it's even less effective. That's ice. Is this ice? This is ice. Oh. The ocean. Yeah, it does, obviously. I mean, it doesn't freeze because of all the salt, right? Is that how it works? No, that doesn't make any sense. Otherwise, there wouldn't be icebergs. That's stupid. No. Shut up, Steven. I'm gonna make myself look really dumb. Why does it? Let's find out. People have obviously asked this question before. Is it just because there's so much of it? Too much water? So salt does make the water less inclined to freeze. It brings down its freezing point to -2 Celsius as opposed to 0, which is interesting. And then the gravitational pull of the moon makes the water like flow, which creates heat. And also pumps warm water into colder regions, and then because there's so much of it, and because of the Earth's internal temperature. Okay, so there's four reasons why altogether the ocean doesn't freeze quite as often as like a lake would, for instance. Lakewood. You ever been to Lakewood? No, but anyway, okay, so interesting. So salt does affect the the freezing point, volume, Earth's temperature, and the fact that water is constantly getting pumped from one place to another. So pumps warm water to colder areas. And I would think, I don't know, I'm just from my understanding of physics, but like I would think that the friction that it creates would also cause heat to a certain extent. Not a lot of heat, but like just enough to make a difference. Would think, but I don't know. I don't know enough. I don't know enough about that. But I do like learning. I yearn to learn, as John Oliver said. I mean, what's easier to bring down, a human or an ibex? That's the question this cougar is asking. And actually, you know what? It would be even better if you just stuck to the raccoon there, cougar. Christy, it's getting pretty late. It's 23 hours, and you're out here in a freaking loincloth fishing. Can you haul, please? Golly. Just leaves it there for the freaking cougars to eat. Like it if she'd maybe just do this forever. Cook forever! Cook forever! like in wrestling. Wrestling fans. Yeah, I honestly, I know that was probably unbearably annoying because I was listening to myself do that. I was like, man, that's annoying. I just ran out of stuff to say apparently, so I won't do that too much to you all this time. I'm sure it was probably like a highlight for some of you to turn it off. Like, yep, this will be the reason that I will no longer be tuning in. Maybe, I don't know. Oh, great. Man, that is like, we get rated a lot. Thankfully, it's not a heavy assault, but like, ugh, golly. We get raided a lot. Oh, we don't have the, building skildings. We need building skildings. Wait, can you shoot at all? No. No. Yes. Gonna depend on her right now. Where is this punk? Alright, come on, punk. I don't like what you're doing. I don't like you threatening me. Oh. I guess I should have read the message. We'll go out and get him. Maybe we can sit from afar, shoot at him. Just shoot at him. Drop that gun, please. That's not wanted. Equip the revolver, please. Oh, not you, are we? With the steel club. There we go. Okay, so you and Lovisa will fire upon the enemy. Well out of their range. Okay. Move closer. Oof. Closer. Not Howley, what was it? Hanky. Closer. That would have been... Shoot him! Shoot him, dang it! Melee attack. Music is so like pleasant for what's happening right now. Oh, and he's gone. Oh, well done, y'all. Okay. Well, it's over. The battle is won. Oh, I'm gonna cough. Hold on. There we go. All right, faction. Let's move. Oh. Some progress. Wonder what that cougar's gonna do, Gru. I really hope. Already eaten. Probably ate one of those stinking fish. There's only 3 of them now. There's usually 4. There's usually some sort of variable of 2. Variable. That's not what we were talking about. Multiple. Usually some multiple of 2. Yep. All these already. You don't fish. Come on. What's wrong with you? Uh, Admittedly, I stopped fishing after I pulled this fish's throat out, and I just felt like, you know what, man, I don't really need to do this for fun. I didn't even really eat fish at the time, and now I definitely don't, because I don't. Yeah, I would prefer to stay away from animal products, but the fact of the matter is just thinking to myself, I don't know if I enjoy this anymore. But I'm gonna be fishing for your survival. Really, not really much of a concern if you rip a. Well, I guess you don't have to necessarily torture it. I don't know if fish can feel pain, but if they can, this one did. So yeah, I guess you're fishing for survival. That's a different conversation. Here, if you need something to do, why don't you move this stuff down here? Oh, up in the walking area. And also, maybe you could, well, I was gonna say build stuff, but now that I think about it, I'm not even sure if we have the skill level to build anything. Oh, bugger. Yeah, I'm starting to like, oh no. I look over and I'm like, oh man, it looks that. Because I am faction, it's very depressing. To think about the idea that our best builder just died. I mean, granted, I guess they were probably gonna leave one way or the other, but I guess they'd still be here for another probably 7 more days. Could get some stuff built. Man, I could get some stuff built. Look at that. There's some stuff I could build. You want to build some stuff? Plenty of stuff to build. We don't even have a research bench right now. Appalling. Appalling that we don't have a research bench. We don't have a table. How are we able if we have no table? How are we able to eat and not have everybody get all pissy? I mean, they have. It's the end. I was at a table. Why don't you go fish, are we? Seriously, you really have nothing to do? Why is she not fishing? Is it because the mod isn't really... Oh. I tell her not to do it. Interesting that she still does it. And you don't like doing it, but yet you still do it. No, that's not what I meant. I was typically, like, whenever somebody's not assigned to a role, a task, they won't do it even if you try to tell them to do it directly. But again, it may be just because it's a mod. Strange signal. We're not doing that. There's no way we're going to be able to accomplish that goal. That's not our mission. Our mission is to stay alive. Stay alive. Stay alive. Stay alive. Well. Sorry, I was just thinking about something. I was thinking about maybe a streaming schedule in the future because I'm not really sure what our schedule is going to be at this point. The best thing I can say is just keep a lookout. I don't know. I'd really like to have an American audience. So I would prefer, I mean, like, I think streaming in the mornings is probably not like a great idea if I want to keep any sort of audience that will, I mean, ideally we are appealing to Appalachia, but like we're definitely a worldwide thing. Everybody's part of the action. But I want to be available for Appalachia, and I want to be available for the east coast of the United States. So I would like to remain in the evening just to make it easier for you all. So we're the difficulty there is just that it's gonna be tough to have more members of the faction on. A lot of them are working during this time, and when I start rehearsing, which will be tomorrow, I'll have more evenings being taken up, and really by that I mean 4, because the rehearsing is not going to be very long. We only need to get one person really to come along, and the rest of it is just tuning up. Like, well, you haven't done it for 2 weeks, so here's a couple of weeks to get it back into your system. And overall, I mean, like, you know, I think at this point it feels like I could do it in my sleep, just because I've been doing it for like 9 months. 7, more like 7. And so, like, a lot of it, and this is what's kind of interesting, is like, when I'm about to do something, or like when I'm about to go on, like for instance, I start out under a like this fur. It looks like a bunch of furs like sewed together, but it's just this like, well, it is a bunch of fake fur sewed together. I guess I should say that. But it's just like this blanket of pseudo fur that's sewn together. Well sewn together by Saray. Thank you. Hey, Cole. I don't know, technical director? No, that's not. She made a lot of our props and stuff. She's the one who, while also being in the show, does the blood. There's a lot of blood in this show. If you're into shows with fake blood in it, this is you're gonna be pleasantly surprised. Well, maybe not surprised, but definitely more. Fact of the matter remains, Ray made this blanket that I'm sitting under, and part of, you know, like what I do to psych myself into the performance is just kind of like saying, like, you know, just relax and do what you know how to do, because like at this point, like I said, I could do that show in my sleep, it feels like, and but on top of that, I have a lot of experience and a lot of training, so it's like, just do what you know how to do. So like at this point, it's really easy to convince myself that is possible, because I've done it over and over. Here this other window. Who's got a major break risk? Christy, what's your deal? Christy, state your deal. Are you just cold? You're really cold. She's chilly. She can handle -5, -7, so. You was at a table. It's the worst thing in the world. Well, I don't know, Christy. Can you like just be done fishing, I guess? I'm not sure what to tell you. You be done fishing yet? I'd like you to just be done fishing, Christy, and then okay. Now, no, just go do something else. Okay, do recreation back in the cabin where it's warm. Just change. Go do recreation. He's like, yeah, fishing is recreation. I don't know. Is she feeling better? It doesn't look like it. Is she having fun? No. It says her recreation is going down. I would like you to recreate, please. Go recreate. I'm just gonna... He's just... I'd like you to haul all of the fish at once instead of just doing it one at a time. I think what I'm going to need to do is shrink that size of the search zone that she... Gradient radius. Right there. Gradient radius. Right there. Thanks, Palo. Boom. RM Brown over here. Boom. Boom, 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 boom. So yeah, nobody can build this stuff. But oh, okay. I need steel for that. I seem to remember her being able to build a research bench. So at a certain point she should be able to do this. But right now she needs to take a break. I understand. Veen time. Give me a veen time. Find that vein. Find that vein. We can make enough. We can make enough bedroom. Right? I mean, like, why can't? Why can't we? Why shan't we? Be like Bilbo Baggins. Why shouldn't I? Uh-oh, someone's calling me right now. And oh, I will I'm gonna send this over to the Be Right Back. Be right back, guys. Our faction. Okay, I was just maybe I should hit some music, but it was just it's not a problem, like nothing's wrong. I just wanted to make sure that I answered well, I had to call him back because I didn't answer in time, but anyway, it's fine. I just wanted to make sure that I answered that without I just didn't want to miss it is all. That's fine. It's a little bit thrown off, but it's fine. Gonna get back into what? Oh no, that's not what I wanted to do. Although that would have been fine. Maybe. No, actually, it wouldn't have been fine at all to do what I'm trying to do. I want to plan out some bedrooms. I think that's too small. We do have a lot of space, but it's gonna take us a while to. Yeah, it's fine. We'll just. Hey, that's. Play. Just for the sake of the amount of resources we have. Doo-doo-doo. Wow, wow, wow. Doo-doo-doo. Wow, wow. Wow, 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 wow. Alright, anyway. Action, moving on. We'll go for another 40 minutes or so. Call it a day for your asses. A morass for your ass. I'm not 100% sure what that word. Because like I don't even an area of low-lying soggy ground. Well, hey, it fits. Something that hinders, engulfs, or overwhelms. A tract of soft, wet ground. A marsh. Then. Your ass is a morass. You mangy bastard. Where am I going with this, man? I'm sorry. Sorry, kids, don't talk like that in front of people. It's not a good idea. Make yourself look like an idiot. Oh, funny Inferno XAI. I really wish that you were here in good faith, but you are not. Wait, what did you say? Best viewers! We already got the best viewers, pal. Click. Go. Banhammer! Sorry, pal. Those are the only types I've had to give out, thankfully. Sell bots. I just found out that like apparently like data centers make agreements with electric companies in order to pass off the costs that data centers create, like the increase of like electricity load that is being used, that and we as you know electricity
company customers are getting the cost of that transferred to us as supply costs, and they're treating it as if it's like, because oh well, we're just like so low on our stock of electricity. Like, well, first of all, we have no shortage of ability to create electricity when we need it and as much as we need it. And second of all, if there is a shortage in your stock, if there is some sort of like capacity that is just that you're incapable of meeting, then it's because of these companies, man. It's not because people are suddenly using more electricity. Like I use a lot of electricity, like just, maybe compared to the average West Virginian, but like not so much that I could pollute the earth, dude. Like, there's no way that I could use that much electricity, like to the point where a power plant is like at capacity, or for that matter, causing like externalities that are harming humans and animals and trees, plants and stuff, and so air. So like there's no possible way that any person could do that individually. Quite frankly, all of us together couldn't cause the amount of damage that like 100 companies are causing right now. It's insane. Yeah, now we're just it's like so sickeningly dystopian, but it's real, because dystopia implies like a fictional world. This is a real world where these companies are using all of this electricity and then externalizing the fallout. Like, just, every action has a reaction, and so like they're externalizing the pollution and stuff, and heat, the excess heat, and then passing the cost off onto the people who bear the burden of the pollution, the average person. So not only is the average person getting hit with the fact that there's just like more polluted air and soil, water, but also they have to pay more for their electricity. And so it's like we're paying for our own poison, and it's sickening. And more, literally and figuratively. And so the idea that we would kowtow to these people in any way, and I mean, I'm pretty much guaranteeing that I'm never gonna make a lot of money doing this, or anything really for that matter, because they're already seeing what I'm saying and saying, well, obviously he's gonna be a problem. He and people like me, I and people like me are an obstacle to people essentially having the freedom to control other people's behavior and corrupt the environment for their own gain, whether it be through like an oil or an electric company corrupting the environment, like in a physical sense, or like a fascist ideology corrupting the political environment. Right now, we are allowing people to corrupt the environment for their own gain, and then you wonder why people are, distrustful, and so like it makes sense, but like, it I think it's important to keep a principle of pacifism and a principle of compassion, and empathy, and like keeping like, because principles are what give you clarity in moments of chaos, and so that's why it's important to commit to principles that are like what a lot of people would consider, what are you just trying to be a purist, you just want to be the most this or the most that, and like, no man, it's just that I know that these principles are correct, and they're what help me respond in moments of crisis. I know and it's not even like, we can't allow ourselves to be fundamentalist, it is or it isn't, yes or no, fundamental wrong, fundamental right, we can't allow ourselves to do that. We still have to think with nuance, but having nuanced principles is not the same thing as having maybe no principles, or just firm principles. So I'm using kind of losing its meaning. Point I'm trying to make is these ideas of like nonviolence and like tolerance and inclusion, like these give you guiding lights in moments of chaos, and so that's what's important to that's why they're important to have. That's why it's important to remind yourself, because you need to kind of condition yourself to think in that way. And so anyway, my principles are that I can't support the corruption of the earth. I can't support a bunch of pollution. Honestly, I think we have almost everything that we need. The only thing that like we have to develop further is just more cures to more diseases, and if it takes a lot of effort to get those things, then we'll have that conversation at that point. But at this, for the most part, we have the things that we need, and so like, there's no need to continue to push. It's just kind of like focus on things that actually matter, and like creating a bunch of bots to gather data so you can sell it to marketers is just like, it's just, you're gonna have a really hard time convincing me that that's something that humans should be doing. What I always thought, or not what I always thought, but like what people I believe were told, was that like computers and AI and stuff were supposed to make it, and technology in general is supposed to make it so you don't have as much work to do. the tool does the work for you. That's the whole point. But it feels like we work more than ever. I don't know if that's actually true, but like, I definitely remember a time when my friends, but even like adults, had more time to spend around one another. And of course, I'm white, but I certainly remember part of my adult life where people weren't so ragged from work. Maybe frustrated, but not ragged. But that's the whole point. I don't think people should be forced into doing labor that doesn't like. Well, I don't think anybody should really be forced to do labor anyway. Like, I don't think people should have to do labor that isn't helping people. Like, it helps capital. That's usually what is the I mean, we can talk about that later. I'm really into this what like I'd really like to converse with some people more maybe later about like certain imperatives. Um, how you know, some economic thinkers don't they didn't discover cooperative societies in the same way that like Isaac Newton didn't discover gravity. It was there, and they just observed. You know, he observed and reported. Essentially, what a scientist does is just observes and reports. And so that's kind of how I view things, is that cooperative humans are just kind of a natural imperative. It's part of what we do. Um, so any form of like economic theory is just kind of observing and reporting it at best. Some of them are just full on like religions, like cults, like small like in the sociological definition of like a small religion. Like a lot of economic theories are like basically cults. But so like at worst they're cults. But at best they observe and report. And so there are people who have observed and reported cooperative societies, and they've given it names, but ultimately a cooperative society exists outside of the name we give it. So it really doesn't matter what name you're using. What we're talking about is cooperation, compassion, inclusion, empathy, things like that. And I know that's like Ben Shapiro will tell you, like, you really don't need empathy to engage in politics, and I feel like that is exactly what, like, you know, someone who wants to control another person's behavior would say. Like, I don't need empathy when I'm engaging in the appropriation of power, like whenever I'm like, because that's what politics is. It's just kind of appropriating power and resources. And so, like, essentially, like, people like that will try to tell you that, like, you don't need empathy. But again, I feel like that's what I feel like you need to feel that way if you're the type of person that wants to control another person's behavior, because then it's like, look, I don't need empathy to tell you what to do. like, okay, brother, no, I understand. No, I get it. You don't. I know. I can tell. I can tell just by looking at you, or just by looking in your eyes right now. I can tell you're sincere when you tell me that you don't need empathy when you're telling me what to do. But the thing is that telling people what to do, if you're getting into politics for that reason, then I highly recommend that you go somewhere else and, like, just find a hole and sit down for a really, really long time. And, like, because if you're not getting into politics in order to help people, then, like, and I mean people, not giving them the freedom to exploit other people's labor. I mean, like, actually help people, like, stay alive, help them keep from freaking out, much like our friend Christy here, who might get attacked by this bear. Can you just haul this fish, please, before the bear eats it? Thank you. So if you're not helping people with their, like, physical and material well-being, or physical and psychological well-being, sorry, just really redundant, their physical and psychological well-being, then I'm not really interested in your ideology, because it's not really helpful to people. It needs to be helpful to people in order for it to have real value And so anybody that tells you that you don't need empathy is like, first of all, just objectively incorrect. That's kind of what I'm getting at. Like, if you're not helping people, then you shouldn't be in politics. Shouldn't be in leadership. Because that's another thing we talk about is just the concept of leadership. But like, if you're getting into politics, or in other words, if you're getting into like the battle over power, and you're not trying to do it because you want to help people, then find a hole, sit in it for a really long time. And interesting name, Proctor, Poopy Proctor. And that's the type of action you get here at Appalachian Faction. But yeah, if you're not getting into the battle over power and resources in order to help people, then I would like you to go find a hole to sit in. And right now, the power for the people who are in control of the power and the resources right now are expending an incredible amount of those two things on making more money for data companies and marketing firms and stuff. So that's where we're at, and you need to be equipped with that knowledge going ahead. So like, when you like start to think like, why does the internet suck? Well, because our federal government is currently operating in, like, I keep wanting to say in cahoots, but like, I don't even really know what that word means. It's a cliche. They're operating like kind of hand in hand with tech companies that have more money than some states, you know, so like, than some countries. And that's when you have people who have more money than an entire state, like just collections of oligarchs who have more money than an entire state. That's when you're gonna open the door for like incredible corruption, like unbelievable corruption, like to the point where you're sitting there thinking like, they did what? Like how did they do? Because they're allowed to do whatever they want, and they're already kind of like sick to begin with. Like accruing that much money and exploiting people to that extent is like antisocial behavior. So when they have more power, like, power just makes you more of what you are. And so if you're already kind of a sick person, you're just going to get even more that way. Because who's going to stop you? You can, like, you know, you can control a whole state. Like the current billionaire who's controlling our state. Well, there's a couple of them actually, but I was gonna say Joe Manchin. like there's an example of somebody that has way more money and political power than an entire state. Jim Justice is a lot of the same way. I wasn't really planning on making all of this an entire political screed, but I do think that that it's important to understand, like, if your electricity has gone up, it's probably because there's a data center that is causing that. Look for what's called supply charges, and if that's gone up, it's probably because there's a data center. Is most likely happening to me. Don't know for sure. I have to look into it, and it would take a little bit of searching. because I haven't been here for very long, so I can't tell you. Like, what was it like last year? Well, I don't know. I didn't live here last year. So, excuse me. It might be kind of difficult for me to find that out. However, point is that if you have a charge called supply charge and it is existent or has gone up recently, it's probably because the power plants are at capacity because they're supporting a nearby data center. That's what you call socializing the costs. And then when they get the money that they're going to get in revenue, it's called privatizing the gains. Important to understand this in order to gain what is referred to as a sense of class consciousness. I hope that this stuff is helpful. I'm wondering how much of this I should maybe save for like a specifically political show, if that's something that could maybe break through and find some sort of audience. I'd be happy to keep it separate. But ultimately, we at Appalachian Faction are geared towards like working class families. Like we care about how to like, I don't know, I thought about like 4 or 5 different things to say, and it, like that's where our concern lies. That's where where we want, like you're talking about, like politics is the struggle over power and resources, and like I want power to be with the workers. I want the resources to be with families. I want like people and getting the things that they actually really need to stay alive and be comfortable in their own environment. I was gonna say in their own skin, but I don't know if I can, I don't think anybody can guarantee that. You can make people physically comfortable, but you can't make them, sit still. Or just relax. I'm not even trying to sit here and tell you that like that's such a horrible thing. Like, humans are humans, man. I try not to get too bent out of shape. What I do get bent out of shape about is when people are actively harming others and themselves and the environment and like earth and animals and plants and stuff. I do have a problem with that. That's what gets me bent out of shape. And I haven't always been like this. May make that clear. Like I used to very much try to be, tried to callous myself. I tried to not feel. Tried to, create circumstances that like where I could like gain power. And I mean, it's not anything crazy. It's just like stuff that like a lot of people do. Just interpersonal, like, interpersonal harm. And I just realized that I didn't want to be that person. And I realized that there is a better way, and that the way that I was taught was, it's cruel and totally avoidable. The way that I was taught to treat people, it's just totally unnecessary. The way that I was taught to view other people as just kind of like expendable. We're taught to view ourselves as expendable. And that kind of like ego death is just really, like, it really tears people apart in the inside, and a lot of people don't reconcile anyway with that reality. And so a lot of them lash out, a lot of them harm themselves, a lot of them commit themselves to harmful endeavors, much like polluting the earth with like oil spills and water, drinking water. So again, I bring this up just so you know, just so you have this. Why is this happening? Well, there is a reason. A lot of what I'm talking about. Viewing the world, viewing the earth, and everybody in it as just an expendable resource. So it's important to remind yourself that you are not an expendable resource. You are a person, okay? Whether you want to believe it or not, it's true. So when somebody with wealth and power tells you that that isn't true, your principles will tell you that they are lying, that they are trying to get you to do something that is not in your best interest. I'm starting to realize that maybe the last time the Neils didn't run through the traps was because I didn't actually hold this door open. I forgot that was part of the pillbox process. Hold the door open. Hold door! Hold door! F's in the chats for hold door. F's in the chats. Poggers, poggers, poggers. Heck. Poggers, keck, poggers. F's in the chat. Have I said the magical words? Am I an affiliate now? Affiliate? Look. Nope, not yet. Maybe I didn't say it in the right order. Maybe I didn't say poggers enough times. There's only one way to find out. Pogger, no, I'm kidding. Pogger, 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 pogger. Pogger, pogger, pogger. Pogger, pogger, pogger. Pogger, pogger, pogger. Pogger, 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 pogger. Temporary workers. We need our workers. Thank you. Need more wood. Larry and I just keep turning into black and white PCs. Black and white NPCs. Video game black. We need more wood! We need more food! We need more food! It was such a good game. I mean, it always crashed when I played it, so like I never got very far, but black and white. We need more food! We need food! We need more food, Lord! Christy. Sad wander your ass off. I don't care anymore. Check out our videos on YouTube. The YouTube that was got videos. The Forest series. Can Gary and Steven survive the forest? Spoilers. Just have to watch the first episode to find that out. However, there is more to come after the first episode. There's more to it than just the first episode. In fact, there are YouTube right now, but it's coming to an end, factions, so I hope you appreciate it. I hope you appreciate the other stuff that we're making too. We'd love trying to make more trivia videos, and so be shooting more trivia probably soon. And ducks. Dang old ducks. These guys are taking so long to build these walls. I don't understand why it's taking. Just because Christy is losing her dang old mind. What do you know? Christy's losing her mind. What do you ever love and... Two bears? Wish we had more guns so we could go and... Oh, there's 3 there. There's 3 of them. But just so we could, like, get these bear skins. Just because. Cold weather. It's certainly a much more temperate climate. I'm surprised that Christy isn't, like freezing more often. I mean, frostbite and whatnot. Oh, you know what? We should have taken Niels's... Weird. I should have taken his coat before. Alright, though. Definitely should have done that. But anyway, I'm kind of wrapping it up here because we've got about 4 more minutes, and I figure I'll just do some stuff while we're closing it out and watching Christy wander in the snow. You can join us again. We'll be here probably on Wednesday, and we put VODs on YouTube. It's just follow us, please. To get to 50 affiliate. And all that YouTube. And by our existence, so give us a follow, give us a like, and all of that, because it's free and all of that. And please join us again. You, if I had, you've been. We can, if you'd like to, multiple times. We can join us. You can join us. You can come to the Rustic Mechanicals performance. Shakespeare's Macbeth, if you are in West Virginia, and if you'd like to do that, you can look at the Facebook page. We'll give you ticket info, as well as 4 dates. traveling around. We'll also be doing things called like Shakespeareokes, which are kind of like karaoke, but for usually Shakespeare, like plays and monologues and scenes. And people do other stuff, like people play music and do poems, and so like it's pretty much whatever you'd like it to be, but you can do whatever you want, but it's mainly there. We bring like like cold reading sheets is called in the business. Like, you can cold read a scene or a sonnet, so we bring those, but if you want to do a scene for that you just really want, or you just really interested in playing a song, you can do that, absolutely. So that's what we also do. We also do other things like workshops for adults, but also we have an apprentice troupe, which are high schoolers. So as of right now, I think they go younger, but as of right now, all the apprentices are in high school. They may be there may be some of them that are graduating soon, but I don't think so. But anyway, point is, we also do like education. We're technically a nonprofit for that reason. So like we put on the shows, we put on the Shakespeareokes, but then we also do like workshops for the public, and then we do an apprentice troupe. So stuff like that. You know what it is. Theater education. Taking theater to play people that don't get it very often. Action. That's what we do at the Rustic Mechanicals, but you know what we do here at Appalachian Faction. We keep bringing you Appalachian action. You can join us for more later. We'll be here. Thank you for being here if you have been here. I will no longer end my sentences with prepositions. I love y'all, not in a parasocial way, but in the sense that like I care about the well-being of people and animals and plants and stuff. So again, I hope to see you later, and I hope I hope that like I said, we can justify our existence, because we're gonna be here if we can. So we'll see you later, and I've been Steven. I've been happily tainted by the milk of human kindness, even though, as Gary pointed out, I'm not a milk drinker. Freedom is a pure idea. It happens spontaneously without thought. So, just remember that. And remember that we are Appalachian Faction, and we are AF.